This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
Feed me, meow, meow, meow.
Because of this podcast, I'm a gay icon.
I'm so hot. I'm so good looking. My salad dressing is amazing.
Like the internet at large, there are things you can do on the internet besides porn, but most of it's porn.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on both Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers, who's laughing
and we've already wished you a happy birthday, but we're going to do it on air. Happy birthday, Jason Bowers.
Thank you very much. I wasn't laughing at you as much as what I had done to you right before we started recording, by the way. We were having a conversation just about different ailments as we get older. And someone on the podcast pointed out to one of the other members that you got to be worried about your prostate at this age. And then that person responded, my prostate is fine. And at that point, I muted our microphone so we could start recording. And then I realized that I think I got that person saying that their prostate is fine on tape.
Yeah,
I think
that is. It's a guessing game.
I think I have a recording of that.
Thanks for being
that you may have now listening at home to the podcast right now. You may have heard that tacked on to the beginning of the podcast before our theme song started. If it's there, then you heard it.
Well, what I love is you're being discreet. You're like, I'm not going to say who said it, but I have a recording of it. Then you're going to be. You probably already heard it.
I hope you did.
It could go one of two ways. If I have the recording, then it will be released. If there isn't a recording, then it stays coy and nobody knows who said it.
Okay.
But just know, listeners, that at least one of us is adamant that their prostate is fine.
Yeah, well, they have good reason.
How is everyone?
We're good.
What does it mean?
Les, what were you just doing?
We lost. What are you doing, Les? You're a project. He's doing a puzzle. That's what people do when they're getting a little older. They start working puzzles.
Oh.
Oh my!
He's doing the borders.
What's going on, Les? We can see you. We can't hear you. He looks angry. Did something happen with your mic?
There it is. It's back.
Oh, how's your prostate?
My prostate is fabulous.
Oh. So one person in this podcast says their prostate is fine. It could be the same person or it might be somebody else that says their prostate is fabulous.
Well, we'll never know. Or we will.
You will know.
Well, that's the thing. We're not even reviewing a movie this week. We're just going to do prostate checks on a podcast.
Well, you know what? I got to say, a prostate check would be more fun than this movie was.
We're going to save that for Sweeps Week.
Yeah. This was, wow.
We do have to.
This is another movie where nothing happened.
I've noticed that Hallmark is doing this a bit, and I legitimately want to put out a plea as a plot device to please stop doing these stories about people that are invested in like the lore of a past romance. Because it's boring. As an audience member, I don't care about those people that aren't on screen that you've made up and aren't even like famous people that we know of their romance in the culture. Like, don't write about these people like we should care about them if we're never going to see them together.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, which was worse for this movie, is they like over halfway through to introduce it.
Like when it happened, I was like, oh my God, they're just introducing that now? Wow.
I wish they hadn't introduced it at all.
Same. Yeah.
The movie really dropped off, and it wasn't flying high to begin with.
And it didn't affect the plot in any way. It didn't change anything.
No.
And I thought the male lead, I thought he had some developmental challenges. Like, I don't know if that was what they're aiming for, but I was like, is everything okay over there? There's one point where he tries to go out on a boat, but but he didn't understand. He didn't understand that they didn't speak English.
Yeah, I just didn't buy, because his character, and we're talking about Luke Macfarlane in Moriah's Lighthouse, and we've seen Luke in many things,
Yes.
but I didn't buy that this character who allegedly goes ahead to whatever town he's doing a construction job in for like a couple of weeks to kind of get acclimated. I didn't buy that he'd be dumb to the fact that, oh, they don't speak English in France.
He was like the ugly American, and if he would have done that, it really done that in France, those people would have hated him.
Also, I didn't find it to be a necessary character trait. Because in every other way, they were trying to make him like a nice, affable, and charming guy. They could have easily made him somebody that figures out right away, like, oh, just use the Translate app and like, you know, wow everyone over.
Right. No, he was like the ugly American.
And the electric thing isn't that difficult to figure out.
Yeah.
That's like like if you've never traveled abroad, you know that.
And I was excited.
I went to France. Sorry, go ahead.
Where were you in Paris?
I was in Paris, yes, but I knew that you bring the little electric converter thing.
Well, if you don't have it, they'll probably have them at the front desk, because I encountered that in Ireland because I thought I brought one and I brought the wrong kind. But also, he had the adapter, and somehow plugging into the power strip shorted the electricity for the entire building, which seems absurd.
Yeah. And I was kind of excited about this movie because I've shared on this podcast before, I love Frenchmen. I think Frenchmen are like walking pheromones. You know, you just walk down the street in Paris and I just get horny as hell because like, it's just like every guy, I don't care, young, old, gay, straight. It's just like sex on a stick.
Was this France or was this like what country was this?
It was France.
Okay, I thought so. It just wasn't in Paris. Okay.
Yeah. No.
They speak French largely in like Belgium too, so I don't know if it was somewhere else.
Right.
No, I think they said it was France.
No, it was France.
Okay.
It was like countryside, the French countryside. And this, it was like the movie was so boring that even the Frenchmen boring.
Not even Jack.
Oh, a little.
We'll get to him. Get to him. No, he didn't, because he came back a big way at the end, which made no sense. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Okay, but before we get to this boring movie, you know who's not boring? Kurt, do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Blac Chyna Report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Yes, I do. Let me just see where it is. I looked this up before. Sorry about this. There's a delay. All right, so this is a story. This is going to be from Yahoo News UK. And Blac Chyna's split from Derek Milano was a healthy breakup. This news just came out today. Okay, so Blac Chyna's split from Derek Milano was a healthy breakup, and the decision was mutual. The 37-year-old reality TV star had been preparing to tie the knot with Derek, 31, after getting engaged in 2023, but she announced their split in July, and she has now insisted parting ways was amicable, and they are still really good friends. During an interview with Entertainment Tonight, she explained, first of all, it was mutual, and I feel sometimes in life people try to hold on to certain things, but I'm going in a different direction than Derek. Like, we're both doing our own things, and I feel like I just really need to focus on myself, my kids, and my spirituality. But also, we're also really good friends still. I still call him. She also insisted there was no infidelity, explaining the former couple were just on different paths. Blac Chyna added, nothing happened. Nobody cheated. It was like an ongoing thing. We were growing in different directions for sure, and I feel it's really healthy too. Sometimes people stay in relationships too long. Then that's toxic, and then you start to grow this hatred towards the next person when it shouldn't be that way. And also, me and Derek were friends before. It's a very healthy breakup. When asked how her 2 children from previous relationships are handling the split, she added, "I keep them out of it." Chyna was previously engaged to rapper Tyga, the father of her son King Cairo 12, together, but they called it quits in 2014, after just under 3 years together. And she was then engaged to reality TV star Rob Kardashian, with whom she has 7-year-old daughter Dream, but they split in 2017. At the time of her split from Derek, Chyna announced the news in a post in Instagram, which read, "After much prayer and reflection, Derek and I have decided to call off the engagement. We love each other deeply and are good friends, but we both believe that God's guidance has shown us that this is the right path for both of us as we each continue our journeys." So that's that.
I feel bad for Derek in this scenario, only because anytime a story is written about Blac Chyna's love life, they then, when the last paragraphs with the less important information, like journalism writing in the inverted pyramid so you can drop off the last stuff, they always mention her previous relationships and give details about guys she's been with in the past. Can you imagine dating somebody and every time that person is mentioned, their friend circle is like, "Oh, and she used to date Tom before she dated Kurt. And before Tom, there was Joe. And we really liked Joe. Joe was nice, right?" Like that must suck, dating a celebrity and their past is following them around everywhere.
Yeah, I guess that's just something that you have to deal with. Speaking of celebrities dating, I never care like who's dating who, but I have to admit, there's something about the Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson thing that just kind of warms my heart.
Same. I don't know if it's because we know about how Natasha Richardson passed away. It was so tragic, or just they seem like, oh, this, like, you look at it and on paper you're like, huh? And then you see it, you're like, oh, this works somehow. Knowing nothing about them as humans.
No, but they seem sweet together. I don't know. It's really cool. So we like that. We also lost Lonnie Anderson. So we want to acknowledge that.
R.I.P.
WKRP.
WKIRIP.
In Cincinnati. I didn't know the guy Herb also passed away.
Oh, he was, I think, a long time ago.
Yeah, Howard Hessman. I thought they were going to have... There's these like AI pictures that people come up with, this animated AI thing. It's kind of in bad taste, where like a bunch, like the week that Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, and Malcolm Jamal Warner died, they have like AI images of them all in heaven.
Ew, that stuff's gross when I see that.
One was George
Even before
Wendt.
AI, I used to see people that would do their like weird little tribute things, and I was like, this is gross.
But I thought they were going to do one for WKRP, so like Lonnie Anderson arriving in heaven and seeing Howard Hessman and Herb. I think there were a couple of people passed away, but I didn't see those. I didn't see them.
But what about Jan Smothers?
The younger woman who's in it?
Played Bailey Quarters.
Yeah, I think she's still with us.
Les, you right there?
What's Les up to?
Oh.
He's something's going on.
I think
over
he's like in an AOL chat room right now.
He said, "Oh, those things, yeah." Well, if you find a hop in AOL chat room, you don't want to walk away.
I'm trying to think if I still remember my AOL screen name. I don't think I do.
I never did it. Chat rooms.
I didn't do the chat rooms, but I had AOL like the very early days of AOL. This is when I was still living with my parents in my early 20s, maybe 20 years old. Like when AOL first came out, even before like high speed. We would, connect to the modem, and then you'd wait for like lines of a photo to fill in.
Nobody could call. So I was like, I've been trying to call for hours.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one point in LA, like after I moved out here, where it was pre-broadband, but it made sense to have a separate line. So I think I had a separate line for my internet at one point. Oh, Les left.
He left. Lost his internet connection.
He needs a separate line. Somebody called. Caller ID like knocks that thing off.
Are we the last generation then that grew up without the internet? I guess we were.
I would say no. I would say millennials, like earlier parts of their life, the internet wasn't a thing yet.
Okay.
Like the existence of the internet's been around since what, like 72 or something, but like in terms of commercial use and how people know it, I'd say like early to mid 90s is when it started becoming a thing.
Yeah, I first heard about it in the early 90s. Yeah. Someone said, there's a thing in that building over there called the internet. I was like, oh, I'll have to go investigate that.
You've seen that Today Show clip, I'm assuming, of Brian Gumbel and Katie Couric, and they're like, what is internet? Like, what is the... And then they're trying to figure out how to read an email address. Like, what is that? What is that squiggly? What's that thing do?
I think I have seen that, yeah. The @ symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, well, it's got to be crazy for like a kid today to really to understand what that was like just not have the internet. It's like, well, we had the yellow pages, and
well, I think when we were little, it was like it was hard to imagine like not having a phone, much less one like not having it in the house.
Yeah.
You know, there was
a
time where previous generations, if there was a phone, it was like the town shared it, and you went to the store and you called from there.
Well, you had a party line, because this happened in a little house in the prairie. Mrs. Olson was listening in on people's phone calls. Yeah. She was getting some dirt on people. But I think my mom even had like a party line.
I think party line existed when we were little. I didn't partake in it. I didn't think it was really a thing anymore.
I didn't know it was around then. That's the party line.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, Les is back.
Les has rejoined the party line. What was that?
What's going on over there?
That I can hear you. My sound cut off.
Yeah, but you disappeared, and there's like there's other stuff going on in that room.
What else was going on?
The angle changed.
The angle's weird. We can't really hear you that well. Like it sounds like you're not on a microphone. I know there's something going on.
I know there's something going on. You're not telling us. You don't have to, but I just want to let you know I know.
Meow?
No.
I just say meow.
Not really.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Your mic, you sound really far away. Like you're not on mic.
How about now?
That's too close, but yes, that's much better.
How about now? Okay.
Yeah, there you
go. Good.
Okay. All right. So I'm back. So let's talk about this boring ass movie.
Okay.
And by the way, yes, I am fascinated by the Liam Neeson Pamela Anderson relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to go the distance. I think they're going to go the distance.
What does that mean?
Like, I think they're going to like they're going to be like a
they get together for real.
Okay.
Like they're going to be like a Kurt and Goldie.
Oh, okay.
Kurt and Goldie, though, that's my favorite Hollywood couple. But yes.
Yeah, I like them.
And he doesn't mind that she doesn't wear makeup.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's gonna be good. It's an old. She's age appropriate. So it's good.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about this boring ass movie.
How do you really feel, Les, about Moriah's Lighthouse?
Lighthouse. Which I think that should be like
not Les, the guy in the movie I'm talking about.
You know what they should do? Like on Lifetime, when the criminals commit crimes, instead of sending them to prison, they should send them to this lighthouse.
Wow.
And they have to deal with Moriah and Ben.
See, I didn't dislike the people in this movie. In fact, I think this might be the first movie in a long time where there was not a single graduate of the park ranger school.
That I will give it.
Yeah.
That I will give it. This movie, they act in this movie. I will give it that credit.
Yeah.
Like,
I just wish
the
it were
acting was not bad.
I wish it were a better, more compelling story.
Yeah.
Because you had a lot of likable people in the movie.
Not much to work with.
I agree.
All right, here we go.
And we see a woman speaking French, and she's biking through town, and it reminds me of the opening of Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, I completely thought the same thing for this opening sequence. It was very, inspired by Beauty and the Beast.
Bonjour, bonjour. And then she was getting flowers, and people were saying hello.
Yeah.
And,
But
she's very
did
popular.
you notice, because she was riding her bike everywhere, and it was a big part of the movie at first, and then they kind of dropped it. But she was riding constantly. So it made it seem like, oh, this quaint little village, and everyone rides their bike here. But did you notice she was the only person you ever see riding a bike, except that bike tour thing later?
Yes.
Nobody else was using their bike to run their errands there.
Yes.
And she did not look like she knew how to ride a bike that well.
No, she did not.
Beauty and the Beast. What wasn't there a Beauty and the Beast movie? It wasn't a cartoon.
They did a live action one a few years ago.
Yeah.
There's several.
And Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline walks in the house, so all the silverware and all that, they're all live, but they all hide.
Yes.
Plates of silverware. Yeah. But then there's a little saucer who's a little kid.
Yeah.
That says,
Chip.
My mommy says I'm not supposed to be out. There's a little saucer talking to him. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, that's taken right from the animated movie, though.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah. And Audra McDonald was what was she? She was.
Oh, was she the closet?
She the closet.
Because Joanne Worley was the voice in the movie, in the animated movie.
Yeah. And then the feather duster was like a sexy French woman.
Yeah. And you had Emma Thompson did the Angela Lansbury teapot.
Okay.
Yes. So then we see a lost American who's not too bright.
Yeah.
And he didn't know that a baguette was called a baguette in French.
Which I don't
That's
understand.
how dumb he was.
No, that's strange.
Yeah. And then she runs over him, which he needed to be run over at that point.
Oh, because he's walking
Runs over him with
baguettes.
their bike. And I thought, oh, well, that means they're going to fall in love.
By the way, he bought 2 baguettes.
That was his lunch.
Yes,
we learned that later that was his dinner the night before. But a baguette is like a loaf of bread.
Yeah,
It's not like a breadstick. It's a full size loaf of bread.
He was going to eat
he was
those
pretty
for
big.
lunch.
So you think it's normal to eat 2 loaves of bread in one day?
No, that's a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
He's going to be constipated.
And that stops you up, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. But there was a night that I ate a whole French bread, though. That did happen once.
Well, that doesn't affect
Did you have
prostate.
anything spread? Right?
No, it doesn't. Certainly not long term.
It would stop you up, though, Kurt.
It may have. I don't remember. This
Especially
was a while
if you ate
ago.
it with cheese.
No. I think it was butter.
I did like her friend. I did like her friend Jacques, because I wrote Jacques is cute.
Jacques.
And then,
so they portray Jacques as this guy that is in love with her and is kind of pining for her. And they bring it up here, and they bring it up a little later in the movie, and then there's something that happens at the end of the movie that I'm like, why would this character get to do this thing now?
And Jacques always wears red pants.
They should have made Jacques a gay character.
I think they did.
No, they didn't.
The red pants were a bold choice.
Could get,
A fine line between European and gay.
oh no, he's just French.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's just French. Because that's the thing. It's like when you do go to France, like I love like the way the men dress in France, whether gay or straight.
I mean, red famously hides
red
baguette
pants-
butt.
Right,
Baguette butt?
exactly.
Yeah, it hides baguette butt. Like if you're eating
baguette
several
butt.
loaves of like baguettes
Yeah.
a day,
He's not.
well, we don't know. Maybe the red hides it. That's my point.
Hey, maybe that's a community thing.
Like if Jacques were to take off his pants like right here, right now, would like a giant ass fall out the back, and we'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know the red."
Well,
Right. So,
we won't know unless we see the DVD.
And then like
extras.
maybe on the front, it's not a baguette as much as it is like an Olive Garden breadstick.
ew.
Jeez, yes. Well, I don't blame her for wearing the red pants then.
Yeah.
So was her aunt, right?
Yes, Katrine. Yeah.
Okay,
Katrine.
Katrine.
Huh?
So she's talking to her aunt Katrine, and then Luke shows up looking all fucked up because getting hit by the bike really did a job on him.
Is his name Luke or
And so
Ben?
Well, Luke Macfarlane is the actor, but the character is Ben. Yeah.
Ben, okay. Yeah.
Ben. And so he keeps on saying, I'm looking for a castle. And we find out he's staying for 2 months.
By the way, did you
And-
notice that when Moriah got to the inn that her aunt owns, that Moriah works at, that they like valeted her bike? Like somebody comes up and takes her bike from her, and, like
Well-
takes it away to like put it away for
Wow.
her.
Could use
Like,
resources.
don't you know who I am?
It just it struck me as like entitlement much.
You're right.
Yes.
Oh, then we find out that Moriah whizzed at making furniture.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
And so showed up looking all fucked up. Katrine let him take a shower. And then he was in Mariah's workroom and he was admiring like the furniture that she made. And he thought that it was a guy. And she's like, no, it's me.
Yeah. She said, I'm the
Sexist.
guy. She said, I'm the guy.
Right.
And he thought that,
And then she showed him her baguette.
yeah, then she whipped it out. She
Yeah.
said, see?
Right.
And they said, oh, holy shit.
And it was like, that's more like a Vienna bread.
And then she was like,
Girthy.
Still surprising.
be our guest, be our guest. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
My
Oh, so
mom
then
said
we
I'm not
see-
supposed to be out.
We see we see Ben and he's looking at plans. And Mariah's going over plans. And then she sees Luke and he looks like he's looking eat, but they only speak French. And it's like, you douchebag, because you're in France, idiot.
This is when I start to wonder if
So
he's got like,
then-
developmental issues.
Yeah.
Because that's very strange.
I love
There was a
that.
lot of
It's
unspoken
French.
character traits here. Like, Jacques, I think, unspoken character traits of like, oh, they could make this guy gay, you know, in terms of writing. I would say the same about Moriah. Like, they could make Moriah full-on lesbian in this movie, and it wouldn't really change it much.
Oh, totally.
Like she's
totally.
she's a strong, well-willed single woman that's really good at woodworking and really good at turning down the advances of men.
There we go. That's what they
Actually,
should have
as a
done.
matter of fact, if they would have made her a lesbian character, the movie would have been more interesting.
Yes.
Sure would have.
Because who was the woman that she kept selling the furniture toward that restaurant or whatever? They seemed to have a real rapport.
Yeah, the
Yes.
bakery woman.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the part where he was talking about how people only spoke French, and I wrote, you could use translate. Someone else tells him, they didn't say Google Translate, but they said, you know, you can use an app for
There's
this,
an app.
dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go on Google.
Google. Google. Google.
Exactly.
And I wrote in my notes, this guy is stupid.
Yeah.
But I thought I was watching Flowers for Al-Anon. I mentioned that, at least the beginning of it. Something was amiss.
So
He's, at the very least, he's not near. He's not. You wouldn't call him neurotypical.
Yeah, he's a little neurodivergent.
right.
Right.
He was basically that book of Mice and Men.
He's Lenny.
Oh. So then he asked her if she's getting married. And then he is working with his electronics, trying to plug shit in, and shorts out the place.
What was he plugging in, by the way? What? How much shit did he
He
have
had
to
like
plug into the wall?
he had like an iPad and a laptop and his phone
How did he
charger and like a rechargeable dildo and
An electric toothbrush.
yeah. He's got like a ball washer. Not for like any sports ball, like for his balls.
Oh, not for golf.
Or, yeah, no,
Yeah.
For, like for his
He's got one of those
testicles.
SpongeBob things where it lights up and it lights up on your ceiling.
Yeah.
Like an image of SpongeBob's face. Yeah,
I
that
just
stuff
bought
does
a
pretty
really
much-
ridiculous. I today, because it's my birthday and I'm ridiculous, I bought this plant. It's like a floor plant, but it's like an LED light. So each of the leaves is like programmable LEDs. It's super cool. Super cool. If
Was
you've
that
ever
like a
seen,
light bright-
if you've ever been to, I think what's it called, Area 50 something in Vegas, they have a tree that has all LED lights.
Area 51.
Yeah, Area 51. I think this company did that tree, so it's those kind of leaves, but it's a floor plan for my apartment.
Oh, okay.
He brought that with him.
But okay. I was gonna say he also brought his light bright, old retro light bright.
Yes.
Gotta plug that
Right.
in. Pin those little pins in there. Make the clown face.
So the next day he gets busted because Moriah knows it's him.
They don't come out and say.
Right.
What I thought was odd about that sequence, that, he shorts out the hotel, like they're supposed to show like, oh, he's hapless in this country he's never been to. Okay, we get it. But then they kind of play with him like they all know that he did it. It didn't really drive the movie forward in any way. Like, it would have been nice if they found a way to sort of tie the fact that he did that into something either positive or negative happening.
Yeah.
Right.
So it stands.
So then he's going on a bike tour and he meets these two old guys on the bike. And what did they say to him? They said something to him in French.
I don't know what they said to it, but they basically made fun of his, because I think what happened there, as somebody that runs a literal bike tour company, I think those guys weren't on a tour. They were just like actual hardcore cyclists, because they were wearing the kits and they had the drop down handlebars. Like these are guys that like do the really hard, crazy hills. And he shows up on like a regular city bike with like the helmet and like dressed in like casual clothes, looking for a bike tour of the city. So he was unprepared for what they were doing. I don't think they conveyed it well in the movie.
Right.
No.
So he's trying to keep up with them. They're smoking him because they're just riding. And then he runs into Moriah, and she just had a conversation about how she needs to make money because she's trying to make money to refurbish the lighthouse. And she has like a year to do it.
But
Then Ben shows up and tells her how he almost hit a sheep.
yeah, he was attacked by the sheep. Like you said.
What? what I didn't understand. I mean, I understood again that they were trying to say that he didn't belong in that bike tour, but they didn't show the audience what that meant. And so he had no reason to lie about why he had a bike with him.
Yeah, I don't think a sheep. I saw some sheep. I went to a 4-H fair yesterday, and I saw a bunch of sheep. Well, they don't seem like they would attack anybody.
No,
It just made no sense in the telling of the story why he would feel he needed to lie about why he had a bicycle with him.
And every Christmas I stay on a sheep farm because my husband's cousin is a sheep farmer, and sheep are very mellow.
I feel like like when they're sheared, you like pet them. It's like a rug.
Because I didn't vote for Trump, there are people that call me sheeple.
What's that?
Right.
I never heard that.
You've never heard the term sheeple?
No. Maybe I did.
It'll be said derogatorily about a group of people if they think like, oh, you're just going along with the herd.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe I have.
Like, no, I have common sense.
Yeah.
These ladies laugh at him too, and I felt bad for him. I thought that's kind of cruel. Like clearly this guy's not something's amiss.
Yeah. But these,
And they're laughing
cruel
at him.
lesbians.
Cruel.
Right.
Speaking of carpet,
So then,
The follow-up to the Bananarama single, Cruel Summer. It's Cruel Lesbian.
cruel lesbians. They
it's
laugh
a
at people who aren't
cruel
neurotypical.
lesbian.
Laughing at people who are not neurotypical.
Scissor me.
Or at least that's how they're coming across in the movie.
So he goes to Mariah's place, and she tells him about her grandfather, and that her grandfather was a carpenter, and he taught her everything that she knew before he died.
Yeah.
I see dead people.
Isn't everybody around here dead?
Well, her parents are.
I see dead people.
Yes.
I don't think there's any siblings. Everybody's gone. Except that aunt. Well, she better watch her back.
They could have made her a lesbian too, by the way.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, you could imagine.
Oh, and then he's in her house, and he makes like a smiley face on one of her pieces of furniture.
Oh, my parents used to be pissed when I used to do that. Like if they didn't dust the furniture for a while and I did like a little smiley face, pissed.
They're being too self-conscious. That's a nice gesture, in my opinion.
So
I
then
think
they go
probably
out.
should clean.
It's only rude when somebody's car is dirty and somebody writes "wash me" on it. That's mean.
Yeah, I didn't do that. It was furniture in the house.
But that's still not as bad as inventing a product, literally calling out your wife for being lazy, like the lazy Susan.
Well, thing is swirl around.
Yeah, but like he asked Susan to pass the salt one day, and she's like, couldn't be bothered with it in that moment for whatever reason. It's like, I'll fucking show her.
I'll invent a lazy
Susan.
You already had one at home.
Yeah.
So they had to go and invent one to make things worse.
Oh, so then they meet this old man named Maurice.
An old dude.
Well, we met him earlier. He sells the flowers in town.
Oh, that's right. He's the one that gave her lavender before.
Yeah. And chlamydia.
Right.
Must have been quite an afternoon.
Yeah.
So then they go out. So then Moriah and Ben go out to dinner. He makes her order. She clowns him again.
What does she do?
She ordered snails, right?
I don't think that was her trying to be mean. I think that was her like trying to actually introduce him to actual French food.
But she told him it was eyeballs.
Oh, she did do
how
that. Yeah.
It's weird how they end up on the date too. Like he's looking for a place to eat, and then Maurice is like, "You can't eat alone. You lady, get in there."
Yeah.
And they get in the. She jumps in the carriage, and that's it. They're a couple.
Because this town is super concerned about this woman finding love. Because they all think that she might be a lesbian.
Right.
Why don't they mind their own business? Why are they so concerned that other people?
So then
did it make? I guess I didn't realize until this moment that Maurice, where he's selling the flowers, is also a horse and buggy, just like at the ready.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in Ireland, I noticed and I was with my friend Brad, my friend Henry, and we started to notice that like anytime we'd see like a horse and buggy just like riding around Dublin, it was always like a bunch of straight guys in it together. I don't know if it was just a funny coincidence or those guys maybe work for the company that does that in Dublin, but it was always like a group of young straight guys riding around like it was some sort of romantic ride.
Now, Jason, when you were there, did you see the rickshaws that they had too in Dublin?
Not in Dublin. I saw a ton of them in London, like with the rickshaw bikes. You mean?
Yeah.
They had a bunch of those in London.
In Dublin, they had them when I was there too.
I didn't see them in Dublin. I only saw the horse and buggy in Dublin. But what I did notice in London that they, in addition to having a bunch of them, it's like they had updated them all 2 years ago because they were all covered in furry pink, like for the Barbie movie.
Oh, and then they have music coming out of them.
Oh, it's blaring music out of a speaker that it's been broken for 5 years and it's distorted. Playing really bad pop, like old pop music from a few years ago. But they would camp out like in front of the theaters on the West End. And like when we came out of Devil Wears Prada, there were like 20 of them because they're like, oh, there will be gays here that will ride in this.
Right. They know their audience.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they have those in New York, right? Rickshaws. It's like somebody's riding a bike.
Yeah. Pedicab.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Pedicab, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them in Austin.
Oh.
Like one Christmas Eve, I was there with. I won't say who I there with because I think her family might listen to my podcast. But I was there with somebody and we rode in one. And even though Christmas Eve, it was warm, and I may have made the pedicab driver take off his shirt.
Well, there you go.
And he may have made out with my friend.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. And the friend.
Put him in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Didn't say it was a him.
Oh,
you mean the pedicab
okay.
driver, him. Yeah.
Yeah, the driver.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the pedicab driver, like Luke, Ben ate 3 baguettes. He said he ate 3 baguettes.
I mean,
3.
when he was shirtless, it did
shirt
not look like he had baguettes in the past day.
No, you're going to get flabby from that.
Right.
3 baguettes. I see he doesn't understand nutrition.
Yeah.
It all makes sense if you consider my theory.
Yep. What? 3 baguettes?
That he's got developmental issues.
Perhaps.
But maybe that's okay. Maybe they're saying, maybe that's kind of a message of the movie. Like, well, that's okay. He can still function. He just, there's some, there's some things he's trying to figure out. Takes him a while to figure some things out.
I mean, he traveled to the other side of the world, not knowing the language. It didn't die. That's an accomplishment for anyone.
Right.
Yeah, and he probably struggled with some of that.
So they're talking, and then Moriah, he tells Moriah that he's an architect, and Moriah tells him that her parents died.
I see dead people.
And he says he moves around a lot. And then, so then her aunt is like, well, you should go for him. And Mariah's like, I don't want love. Then later, she's looking for Jacques because she needed help moving something. And Jacques wasn't there. He's probably buying more red pants. And so she asks Ben to help her, and Ben helps her.
The aunt's misguided, though, because Moriah says, well, I'm not looking for love. And the aunt says, well, that's when you find it. But I disagree with that. I don't think that's how it works.
I think when you're not looking, it can find you.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you're not open to it.
So then Moriah sees Ben with a boat. And Mariah's like, Ben thinks it's a boat. And Mariah's like, that's not a boat, you dummy.
Well, I think it was a boat. Where did he find this thing? Did
Yeah,
he
like
steal it?
I think he stole it because he was just getting in some random boat at the water. And she's like, you can't take that. That's not the proper thing you need right now.
And she has to talk to him like a child and say, do you understand the currents? Do you understand anything about the water? Do you know you're going to float into the middle of the ocean to be swallowed by a whale?
But then he didn't care because he wanted to take a look at the White House, the lighthouse. And then he starts mansplaining to her. And
mansplaining what? She'd have tell him not to go out in the boat.
Well, he starts mansplaining and about architecture, and he talks about how he likes making old things new, and she's like, well, no, I like old things because, you know.
Oh, so she likes older women.
Right.
Old things.
And so then a man shows up, an older gentleman. And he says that he is building a new home, and we find out that he's building a new home on the land where the lighthouse is. So they're going to have to tear down the house, and Ben is his architect.
Yeah, just to clarify, so there's the lighthouse, and then there's like a house like next to it.
Right.
So that's
right. And the lighthouse is owned
the
by
lighthouse keeper's house.
Okay.
Right. And he's
that's
gonna
a good gig.
He's gonna build. And so that's right. The lighthouse is owned by the government, but her family owns the house itself.
No, they never did. She said the family did not own the house. Government also owned the house.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the logistics of why this house wasn't already in her family now.
The government owned the house, the family lived in it, and then the house got kind of neglected. But apparently it was available now, but she wasn't able to get the money together to buy it.
Which makes no sense because the aunt offered her money, offered her help.
Oh, that was dumb.
And the aunt owns an inn in town. And also, if her family was the lighthouse keeper for so many years, they probably would have cut her a deal. Which tells me that Moriah, much like Ben, is a moron or developmentally challenged.
So then Moriah is like talking to her aunt, and they're like, who is the investor in this? And then Catherine looks at the man, and she's like, Nicholas. And he looks at her and he says, Catherine. And I wrote, ooh, they've blinked in the past. Which
what?
Do you think he stuck his baguette in her lighthouse?
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Yes. That's yes, yes.
Oui.
And we find out
Midi.
that they were a couple in the past. And he went away to the Gulf War and never came back. And the reason why she didn't follow him was because it was right after Moira's parents died, and so she felt that Moriah needed to be taken care of. So I wrote here, Moriah, you cockblocked your aunt.
Yeah, and the aunt's letting you know.
The aunt's self-cockblocked, though. Again, I think there's a case to be made for Catherine was a lesbian.
Well, you know.
Or at the very least bisexual. Because she was with Nicholas, and he's going away. She's like, I'm going to stay here in this small town and look after this child that isn't mine, even though her grandparents are still alive at this point.
Oh, so now everybody hates Ben. Everybody, the entire town hates him.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's aware now. The baguette guy, which is really kind of dumb. Because he was giving him a lot of business.
Yeah. Well, also, like, nobody owned this house until now. Like, it was the town. So now it's Ben's fault that somebody bought it and wants to actually develop in their town?
Well, you know what? They were probably like, you have some nerve. You show up in this town. You're going to tear down a landmark, and you can't even speak French.
But they didn't care. They didn't give a fuck about that landmark until now. Like, if the house has gone into disrepair, that means that the whole town has let it go.
Maybe they were pissed because he was trying to steal their boat. Like, they were the owners of the boat.
They should be mad at him for that.
And they're like, and you're eating too many baguettes, you pig.
Wow. They really hit a guy when he's down. They should beat him with the baguettes. Get like a stale baguette.
Yeah.
That'd almost be like a black
baguette.
Yeah.
That'd be like one of those poles that Blac Chyna had.
Yeah.
Swing that
If
around.
this were a Lifetime movie, Jack would be the killer, and Jack would be killing off, or Jacques would be killing off Ben, and probably Nicholas. He'd be killing off people, though.
And the blood would just
sure.
blend in with his pants.
Yeah.
So you never know.
That's why
Oh,
he's
you're
wearing. Oh, that should be the new black hoodie, red pants.
Yes. Oh, so Moriah is like, the people in your life are everything, and you should like be good to the people in your life.
I like that. She gives a speech like, it's like, family is the most important thing. Without family, and he's like, nah, I don't care.
She was like Dora the Explorer, just like explaining rules throughout this movie.
But then she looks down and she sees the smiley face that he drew on her furniture.
Yeah.
She's pissed. What did she
No,
think
she's
of
not
that?
pissed. She went
She's-
looking for him.
I used to get in trouble for that shit.
She
so I
gives
don't
him.
know
She
why.
gives him a drink. No, she's not pissed. She's happy.
Oh, people are getting rewarded for this now.
Yeah, she gives him a drink.
For the damage they're creating through the dust.
And then he explains to her, well, I think doesn't he explain to her, or she explains to him, she's like, you know what, I had a thought about it, and, it wasn't a personal thing.
Yeah, she gets over it pretty quick.
Yeah, so then she
Well,
gives
she
him a tour of
realizes
Moriah.
he's not the one that bought the property. He came there to do a job.
So then
She's a sensible lesbian. She realizes like the reality of the situation. She's like, yeah, that's not her fault, and I don't want him anyway.
right. So then she gives him a tour of the lighthouse, and she said it was her father's dream to buy it, but he could never buy it, and she promised herself that someday she was going to buy it. So then Nicholas goes to see Catherine, and he's like, well, why didn't you tell me about Moriah? And then she was like,
Did Mariah's family grow up in that house, even though her father didn't ever own it?
I think so. Her grandparents definitely did.
So she's been in this house as a child, yes?
Yes, because I know the grandparents did, because later they find something.
They find something, but if Mariah's been in this house before, how did she never know about the thing they find?
Well, but then her parents died when she was little.
But they find something pretty significant that even a little child would have known about if they've been in this house.
How young was she, though?
That's a good point. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But they find a secret, and they find like a whole like downstairs.
Yeah.
They find a dungeon. I thought the grandfather was going to be living down there.
Sex dungeon.
Hey, leave me alone.
Oh, so then now they Nicholas wants to restore the house.
He wants to knock. Oh no, yeah, they don't want to knock it down now.
They just want to
fix it up.
And so then this is where they find the secret room. Because at this point I thought, oh, the movie's almost over. No, they find a secret room and letters, and I'm like, what? Shouldn't this movie be almost over?
You knew it wasn't over.
But they find letters. Meanwhile, Catherine brings Nicholas over some vegetables.
But I'm still stuck on the fact that this secret room was there, and it's treated as if it's this like big discovery. But it was a cabinet blocking a secret staircase downstairs.
Right.
Like,
And this was
if she lived in or like it visited this house when she was younger, this was long after World War II.
Oh yeah.
So nobody made use of all this extra space downstairs. They just decided, like, we're not going to talk about that.
No.
They kept a comb and letters down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the basement? Is that what it was? Or was this an actual room, like, on that floor?
It was a basement, or it was another floor. Yeah, so it was a basement.
Oh.
So then,
Yeah. If you lived in the house, you would probably be aware of that. You walk around your house at some point, you're aware that there's an enormous part of the house there.
Yeah.
meanwhile, Catherine, like I said, brings Nicholas over some vegetables and is like, "You're going to cook me some food."
That's a terrible gift, by the way.
Well, he cooked her some food.
Like, anyone listening, if you ever bring me vegetables, I will stab you.
But I love the fact that they bring you vegetables and they'd be like, "And Jason, you're going to cook them."
No,
I thought you had a problem with that.
No. Fuck it.
You have to cook them.
Well, rude that somebody
some
brings food
potatoes.
over and wants you to cook it too, but no. Like, no vegetables. Don't ever do that.
And then Moriah and Ben show up just in time for dinner. So everybody's going to eat. And then we find out, so she's telling the grandparents that we found letters and there's someone named JP that sent the letters. And then Catherine is like, "Oh, well, your grandfather used to go by Jean-Paul."
Sorry.
And then we find out he's hiding a woman down there.
Down in
And I'm
that
like,
secret
wait,
room?
what is this, Lifetime?
I was like, oh, is he Jeffrey Epstein?
Right.
Because they didn't explain what the hiding was for at first.
Right. Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, that's true. Maybe you're talking about that secret room down there, right?
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill's
He was hiding a woman down there.
He's got the woman in the pit. And what's the name of the little dog? Precious?
Yeah.
What's the name of his little dog?
Yeah.
Don't hurt Precious.
But then we find out that the reason why he was hiding her was because her parents were fighting in the resistance, and so he was protecting her. And then
that's what they told the kids, but he's a fucking creep.
But then the woman ends up going to Paris, and like
she escaped.
And then she ends up going to Paris to fight in the resistance.
Here's a letter. Dear movie, you just got really boring and pointless.
Like legitimately though, when I was taking improv classes, one thing that they would stress is if you're introducing a character, that one of your improv partners needs to be ready to come on stage and play that character. And if there's like, say, two people in a scene and then you're talking about other people that aren't in the scene, it immediately becomes boring because the audience isn't going to see those people, see those scenes played out. You're talking about shit that isn't right there in front of you on stage. So they're introducing all these characters and things that we, the audience, are never going to see. Even if they do flashbacks, it's just not the same because they're not in the here and now.
No. Yeah, people got to get in there on stage.
I don't care about JP because we're never going to see him. I don't care about this woman. We're never going to see her. Their romance is not important to what's happening now.
I was a hero. I was an improv hero one time. I was thinking about that. Just reminded me. These two people are doing a scene. Oh man! And this the woman was in the scene. She was really struggling. And I got in. I got myself in the scene. I like rescued the scene.
Yeah.
And she gave me a hug after. She said, "Oh, thank you, saved us."
Kurt,
reminded
but that's fun when you're in
hero.
a situation where there's, say, like an improv team or a group where something is introduced outside, or even a class, like something's introduced outside, but like somebody can come in and help you, but like they didn't help themselves in this movie by writing in these characters that we're never going to be introduced to. We don't care about them.
They did not. They did not. There was no Kurt Fitzpatrick to come in and save them. Instead.
So then Ben and Moriah are talking, and then he's like, "Have you ever been in love?" And she's like, "No." And she's like, "Have you ever been in love?" And he's like, "Yeah, but the woman wasn't in love with me." And then they kiss.
Yeah.
So are these virgins? Like what's going on? How old are these people?
probably
that's
like
also an
early
experience.
40s.
And they're virgins, and they've never had a relationship. Which sometimes that's a red flag if you never really had a relationship.
No.
Okay, well, better late than never.
So then runs into Catherine.
Jacques.
And
yes.
yeah.
Well, Jacques
and
works for Catherine.
And then he was like, "How is Moriah?" And she's like, "Mariah's very happy."
Oh yeah, he's disappointed.
Right. Then we find out that Catherine is engaged, and they're going to get married immediately.
Yeah.
And then we see that the house is finished.
I think Katrina should slow down a little bit. She knew she had some real hesitations. She had some misgivings about this, and she changed her mind really quick.
Because she's like, "Look, I'm 50. I don't know if this time is going to come around again. I better."
Whoa! She's 50?
She probably is. Probably older.
No. Older, yeah.
Well, the pace of this movie, it felt like it. It felt like she had progressed to being in her 50s, maybe even late 50s.
So then Ben takes Moriah to this house.
Wait, were you saying Mariah's 50 or
Mariah.
Katarina? Oh, okay.
Moriah?
Yeah.
Ben
That's what I
takes
thought you were
Moriah.
saying. Okay.
Ben takes Moriah to this house, and they meet this old woman, and then the old woman tells her that
she's
the woman in the
Mariah.
basement-
This part.
No, that would have been better. Instead, the old woman tells them that the woman from the basement died in Paris.
Yeah.
I see dead.
Yeah, but you know what's weird is this woman must be standing by the door ready to open it up, because they like knock once and then the door immediately opens up and she's there.
Because she's like, "I need to get
Yes.
this boring scene over with."
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
shit. I mean, if we're going back to the Beauty and Beast thing, like them visiting her house, that's breaking her spell. She can finally leave her house now.
Right.
She's been waiting for that knock.
Well, she invites them in the backyard. She prepared for visitors. Oh, thank goodness! I've prayed for visitors.
And then she's like, "Oh, and by the way, she died."
Yeah.
Are you here to audit me?
They introduce this guy JP, which I guess is her grandfather. They introduce this woman that he was in love with. We never see them. Then they introduce the concept, there's this old woman. So you think as an audience member, maybe this woman that they've introduced, Anastasia or whatever her name was, maybe this old woman is her. Maybe we actually will meet this character. No.
Nope.
Why can't
She's
they
dead.
just do that? Why can't they just do that? Even if that's
They could have.
So what? Just do it.
They could have. They could have done
This woman
so
has no
many things
purpose.
in this movie. They could have made characters lesbians, gay guy, men in red pants gay. They could have made Katarina and Nicholas could have gotten together 30 years ago. So many things could have happened that did not in this movie.
The old lady should have been kidnapping anybody who comes into her house. So she's got them. People
She
trying to
should have
audit
shot them point blank in the face.
Right.
them. How do you think you are coming around my house?
And she would have been justified.
Right.
I didn't move to France from South Carolina to put up with this bullshit.
There could have been squatters in that house. Like somebody could have been living in that basement still.
The place could have been a crack house. I mean, do something. I mean, it's you don't have much more time left for this movie. Make things interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Catherine, on the other hand, is like, "I'm getting married ASAP."
Well, now that she realizes she's not a lesbian, she's bisexual, she is ready to get dicked down.
Damn.
Right. And so they're getting ready for the wedding, and then this is where Ben's like,
down.
"Oh, by the way, Moriah, I got a call, and I'm leaving and going back to Chicago." And then Mariah's like, "Get the fuck out, get out."
She should have
he's-
shot him point blank in the face.
No, he's
And
got
she's
to
like,
leave the
"Get
wedding
out,
early.
get out right now, just go."
I'd wait till I eat first, then I'd say that. Then I would tell her. And she's like,
I know.
"Get
She's
out."
like, "No, Kurt, you're not eating. Get out now. Get out. No
I
food
get
for you."
a slice of the cake before they cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
cake.
deliver. I think what Kurt's saying is don't deliver the big news until the food has been consumed. And I think he's right.
Yeah.
So then,
And before they open the gifts, because I might take the gift on my way out too.
so then Mariah gives a sad speech, And then what happens after that?
A little too much of that. The wedding sort of was becoming too much about her. I didn't like that.
Then what happened after that?
Then it's really stupid
Probably
things.
nothing.
No, stupid things continue to happen. He gets on a boat. No, wait. Before that, she makes up her mind that she needs him. Jacques talks to her, and he decides, instead of, this is his opening, now she's vulnerable, but instead he's like, he's a good guy and you should go after him.
And does he have a brother?
So next thing you know, he's on a boat, and I guess the boat's going to the airport or whatever.
Well, before, did we? I'm sorry, I was reading something in my notes there. Did you say? We mention the fact that Jacques goes to talk to Moriah?
Yeah,
Yes.
I just think that's nuts that this character until now in this movie Jacques is portrayed as being in love with Moriah, and Mariah's breaking down. She realizes she's in love with Ben. It shouldn't be Jacques, the guy that's secretly, not so secretly in love with her. It shouldn't be his job to let Moriah go so she can feel safe going after Ben. It should be fucking Katarine coming to her and saying, hey, duh, I'm your aunt. I'm the one that helped raise you. You're in love with this guy. Go get him.
Right.
I mean,
It was a little creepy that the guy that's in love with her is the one saying, it's okay, go to him. It's fucking weird.
Right.
It's not right.
But she goes to him,
full of regret.
and he comes to her, and then...
No, first he's on a boat. No, they're on a boat. He's on a boat. So some old guy sits next to him. I don't even know what the old guy was saying.
It was Maurice that sat next to him.
That's Maurice?
Yeah, it's Maurice.
Yeah, Maurice was old.
All right, well,
Still
Maurice.
is. But Mariah's inexplicably getting older.
Okay, so
like
some
a
reason
Jack
Maurice was on the
situation.
boat. Maurice is on the boat. I start telling some story. And then at one point, Ben, he gets up and says, stop the boat. I have to go back. And they're all excited. At least they did stop the boat. But then he claims he got on a lifeboat.
None of this
Hear
we
that?
saw.
Right.
We didn't see that.
None of this we saw.
Because
We
she's-
see Moriah in the lighthouse. Couldn't she have done something to signal hey, boat, come back? I don't even know.
No. I guess she couldn't. I don't know why she went to the lighthouse. Maybe she was going to jump off it. But then he shows up and says, "Oh, it was scary. I took the lifeboat and I came back."
And then they were in love.
Didn't someone
Then-
stop? Anyway, yeah.
So then they I love you, blah, 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 blah. Then they go to the house and they're talking to Katrine and Nicholas, and they're getting ready to go on their honeymoon. And then Katrine goes, oh, by the way, we're giving you the house. It's yours.
Which Moriah accepts now, even though she could have taken the money from her aunt earlier in the movie and just bought the house back then.
Yeah, that would
The
make sense.
end.
Lots of
The end.
dumb stuff.
This
They're not
movie had a
fooling us.
lot of entitled lesbians, gay men, and bisexual people.
Right.
Well,
This movie was a
they're
snooze
entitled.
fest.
But a lot to explore.
It was a snooze fest. I was mad. But I endured. I made it through.
You did it.
I did it. I did
Hey, are you
it.
running a marathon? This may have helped you with your
I'm
marathon
training
endurance.
for 2 marathons.
What?
2? Well, have you done one?
Yes. I used to be a marathoner many years ago.
Oh, did you? How
I've
many have
run
you
9
done?
marathons.
Oh my God, I had no
9.
idea.
You did? Okay.
Back in the day. This is before I knew you. This was way back in the day. I was in my 20s.
Wow. Why did you stop?
And now you want to hear something weird? I used to, when I got sober, I stopped
I know
running.
I was just doing the timeline in my head of oh, so you were doing this when you weren't sober. I would think this would be a thing that you would pick up becoming sober.
Like I would go to, you remember like the spike and dance parties that started after 1 a.m.
I have never been to the Spike, but I've heard of it, so I can imagine. So then you're up all night.
And I would then go run a marathon after being up all night.
Jesus. Wow.
Right.
I ran one marathon.
Did you?
So
I ran it in 2010.
Oh, wow.
the LA.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time. At that point, this will be the first marathon that I've run in 16 years.
Wow. Wow.
I've never done one. I've done 5Ks and stuff like that.
You could probably do one, Kurt.
Yeah, you can.
Like you're training for the 5K already.
So I joined the LA Leggers, and so I have a training run every Saturday morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how many miles are you up to or in the training right now?
We just started.
So the year I ran the marathon, I signed up late. I signed up Thanksgiving weekend, and the marathon's in March. And so I did sign up for the trainings with I think I did the road runners. And so I show up the first weekend on that Saturday morning for training, not knowing what I was getting myself into, not knowing anything. And then we do our first run. We did 14 miles on my first day. So I did more than a half marathon with no training. It didn't die. So I was like, okay, I'll be able to do this.
Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was running, I would do 5 miles on my own. So, even though 14 is obviously a lot, but I was already doing 5 pretty regularly. So I had some endurance.
Okay.
So I'm running the Long Beach half marathon in October.
Okay.
And then I'm doing the LA in March.
That's amazing.
Okay.
So, and part of it is because, next year's a big milestone birthday. So I'm doing all this shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I got a tattoo and, I'm running 2 marathons and I'm going to march in the Mardi Gras parade and I'm living it up.
That's awesome.
All right.
So if you want to live it up with me, you can contact me on Instagram at Kirkendall, or you can find me on my website, leskirkendallbarrett.com. Jason.
Please, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and rate and review and subscribe to a Lifetime of Hallmark podcast. It helps more people find the show. Just hit that subscribe button, and then it's just on your phone. It reminds you every week, oh, there's another episode where they're talking about this fucking lighthouse again. And you can find us all on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. You can find us on TikTok at Lifetime of Hallmark Pod and on Bluesky at Lifetime of Hallmark. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Bluesky at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
I think there's a movie called The Lighthouse with William Dafoe. What if one of us had accidentally watched that? But I don't.
We may have.
I don't think I have anything to promote, except I am still in those episodes of the Shelf Shedding Movie Podcast, so you can look that up.
Shelf some sheds.
We promote that.
The Willem Dafoe movie, it's him and Robert Pattinson. It's only 6 years old.
One more thing. If you are in Gothenburg, Sweden, August 29th through September 7th, I'm going to be doing my show, The Real Black Swan, Confessions of America's First Black Drag Queen at the Gothenburg Fringe Festival. And I know we do have some European listeners. So if you're a listener from Sweden, come to the show.
Is honest question, I'm not trying to be funny. Is there what kind of diversity is there in a city like Gothenburg?
White people.
Well, that's what I'm just curious of. You're a black gay man playing America's first black drag queen, and they're putting this in Sweden. I'm curious as to what the audience makeup is going to be like. That's very interesting.
I will
let
you know. I checked my ticket sales, and tickets are selling well.
Fantastic.
So get your tickets.
That's
Please
Swedish
do.
white guilt. No.
And that's it.
I should say that. We want those people to see that show.
Yeah, see my show. See the show because
Yes,
you
see it.
know.
You'll learn how fucked up race relations are in America.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's not you, it's us.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. So I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.